Hi, my name is Eberechukwu, and this is Koba Ari. So last time in the book, in the book of Koba Ari, okay, just so viewers just tuning in, I want people to be able to see what the book looks like, okay, and you can pick it up on Amazon, both paperback and the Kindle version. I'm really fond of the paperback better. I like the format, the layout, but it's still pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of the book both ways. So in the last episode of Koba Ari, or the last show, we pretty much dealt with the chapter that dealt with pronunciation of the basic vowel chart. In the book is the basic vowel chart. And you might hear that, and some people would think, well, hey, if it's the basic one, what's the complicated one? Or, what's the more advanced one? You don't really need to worry about that right now, because in the basic one is everything you need to get the accent right and, to be able to pronounce the words. So since we dealt with that and that's out the way, now we're going to deal with page 22 in Koba Ari, which is going to deal with rhythm, okay? And in the book, that's called Omumudwa. Omumudwa is rhythm, okay? It's the rhythm of how a word is said, and it also affects what the word means sometimes, okay? So for instance, the word for go and the word for move sound a little bit similar, okay? Aduma is to go. Eduma is to move. So when you change certain words that are with the rhythm, you change the meaning. And it doesn't really matter how fast you're speaking Koba Ari. You can kind of speak slow or you can kind of speak fast. One of the beauties of the artwork and the artworks of how the artwork or the artworks in Koba Ari is that we can express ourselves with varying rhythms and varying speeds. Sometimes we can have a conversation where we're talking slow, and sometimes we can have a conversation where we're talking fast, and sometimes the speed in which you say a word can actually foreshorten that word. Some words in Koba Ari seem very lengthy, but if you say them at a certain speed, they pretty much are smaller than they appear, So they're easily said and it just becomes fluid. So I don't want to talk too much about it. But anyway, so now we're going to deal with the rhythm. So if you're looking at page 17 is what we're dealing with now. I know I said 22, but 17 is where we're at the moment. We're going to deal with 22 soon. You'll see a few words that have asterisks. And asterisks are what I use as a type of rhythm mark. So say for instance, you're dealing with the first word, bene. Okay, you should see like two little asterisks on the screen, bene. Okay, or you're dealing with the word bodwa. That is how you say that. Okay, or you're dealing with the word, let's see, emnasisia, which means to illuminate. Okay, so at that point, you learn how to look at those asterisks and use them as claps. Now, in certain African American names, if you look at how they're spelled, okay, let's say for instance, let's throw a name out there. Let's say Delisa, okay, or De Leon. You don't really need rhythm marks to say that. We kind of intuitively know how to just look at a word and break it down. But when I created this language, it being new as it is, I created rhythm marks for certain things in the beginning so we can look at a word and just be able to, decipher it. So, anyhow, we'll begin with the Koba Ari rhythm marks. Okay, so we're on page 17, and we're just going to start with the first couple words and taking it easy, because I've had some people say, oh, I'm kind of intimidated by this. And you shouldn't be, it's easy, okay? So here we go. The first word is the word for look, which is bene. The second word, which is the word for will, is vuna. The third word, which is the word for door, boudoir. See how that works? Really easy. Okay, so there's no reason to be intimidated. Let's try some more. The next word, which is the word for send, it can also be the word for to. Okay, so to do something. All right. Etune. Etune. Excuse me, I missed the beat there. Etune. Okay, so you see that first asterisk and then boom, boom. Etune. To send. Okay. So if I say, hey, aduma etune, I'm going to. Okay. Aduma etune aduma, I'm going to go. Right. So that's kind of what that means. Or you could say you're going to send it to somebody. Send something. All right. So anyhow, continue. Dwabuga. 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 So I did that a few times because that throws certain people off. Dwabuga is the word for a barbarian, a wild person, a person who was just very visceral and animalistic. Dwabuga. Okay? So, yeah. See? Not too hard. Okay. So the next word is the word for jewel. Like if you have a ring or a necklace or some kind of, something that sparkles. Etjuna. Etjuna. The next word is the word for illusion. Let's say you have some kind of ring and it just disappears, So that would be called embleme. 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 Okay. So then the next word is the word for conflict. Jiwa nitwa. Jiwa nitwa. And the next word is the word for outer. Awu ane. Awu ane. Okay, so you don't need to clap every time you say a word, but this is a way to get you to understand, to get the reader to understand how a word is said and what rhythm the word is said. Because the first edition of the book does not have the CD. The third edition of this book, or I should just say the next edition coming out, I'm working on the CD. There was a model in another city who was really pretty. I worked with her before in other projects. Her sister is beautiful and she has a really nice voice. Actually, I know about 2 or 3 of them, but this one I've been working with for a long time. So I don't always get the opportunity to travel up to there to see her, but soon, we're going to hear Koba-Ari spoken on a CD with the book, which would be really, really helpful. But for now, the rhythm marks are a way to get you to understand, again, how to say the words. Not all Koba-Ari words have rhythm marks. When I first engineered this language, sometimes I made certain definite rules on different words and expressions, and other times they were just kind of like non-existent because you don't always need them. All right, and so that's just part of the artwork of the language that I created for us as African American people. Okay, so yes, and I know some people out there are like, well, we already speak English, we already got Nigerian, we already got this, and that. Okay, and I'm gonna go into this in another video. I am, because I actually had a Jiwa Nitwa with a man who was not African American, and he wanted to know why I created a language, and he actually was upset about it, which was very insensitive of him to do. But basically, as I explained in another video, I did it because we really don't have too much of our own from our homeland. Everything was stripped from us, and so since then, we have been reinventing ourselves. And sometimes when we reinvent ourselves, there's people that come along and they just kind of like, they call them culture vultures, and they snatch things. And it's like they, don't appreciate the people that it came from, but yet, they think it's cool. So being that we're in a country where a lot of us were born and we're speaking English, it's okay that we're familiar with this language, but also it's pretty cool that everybody else in the world has languages of their own. So instead of whining about it constantly, like, oh, the man took this from us and they took that from our ancestors and they did this and they did that and they. Yes, this stuff did happen. Yes, it was bad. Okay. But there are so much creative powers within us all as a people. We could really just remake ourselves. And that's what I did. So, I created a language that is expressive of us, and the sounds kind of resemble things in the motherland, words in the motherland, languages in the motherland, but yet it's different because we're different. So, anyhow, those are the first of those words, and just practice. So now that you know the certain rhythms with those, just practice and you will get it, and we will move on to the next chapter. Thank you for watching.